Booyah! What up?
Hi, everyone.
Uh-oh, is this supposed to be here? Did you mute it?
Oh, I have no idea what that is.
Is it muted?
This is your live
right.
stream.
We are live, and we got a special guest tonight.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear us okay? This is the first time we've ever done two microphones on a live, so I just want to make sure you guys
up.
can hear us okay. It's not feedbacky. It's not... Scroll down to see if they're letting us know.
It says...
Oh.
It looks good. I saw a couple thumbs up go. All right, well, let's just, before we jump in, let's see who's up in here. We got Woodcraft. Yeah, another thumbs up. We're good. We got Woodcraft. We got Brian, Anthony, Big Nate, Chris, Big Feist, Eric Davis, Moto X33.
Big Bird.
Wait, what is it?
Oh, wait, we got Big
It's
Bird
Bird?
and Bird.
It's Bird
for
for
DBK.
DBK.
we got all the birds here.
Oh, yeah, there's Big Bird. Jacobs, what up, what
Monroe's
up?
here.
Jeremy, Monroe, sweet. All right, well, cool, man.
Wait, what does the last one say? You can X out of that.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. This
Nate,
sounds
Big
good.
Nate,
Thanks,
Big
Nate.
Big Nate. Thomas, what up? All right, well, we're hanging. Mally's chilling. She's in the prayer cave.
Yeah, so I have this little like prayer closet thing
Yeah,
right here, and she's getting into stuff here.
jacking
She's either
her
going to
stuff.
lay down and go to sleep, or she's going to eat something.
All right, so before we jump in,
You have announcements.
yeah, a couple quick ones. Just keep everybody updated. Next class. Oops, this wasn't in my face last week.
Your face was here.
April 17th is going to be next one here in the Midwest. So just visit RonnieFaisstMX.com if you guys are interested in getting signed up, need more information. Or you can always email me at info@RonnieFaisstMX.com. If you got any questions about class or anything like that, I'll get back to you ASAP. But yeah, we're looking good. Hopefully we get some good weather. Right now, everything is looking good in the Midwest right now. It was actually warm today, but very windy.
It was very windy.
Crazy windy. But hey, we're going riding this weekend again. We got the ride last weekend at Kingsville and Arm Pump Central. Good Lord. I am out of shape right now, but hey, it was actually my first time really back. The first ride here in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
And this weekend we're going to be at Midwest Extreme on Saturday. So looking forward to that. Another cool thing is we finally launched Mark. And
Why do you have that picture?
there you are.
Why?
I like this picture.
Okay.
So, hey, Mark is up and going. Finally, we took it over. I know we've been talking about this for a little bit over the last few months, but it's in-house. It's in our basement, and I'm packing your orders, and all the stuff is in. It's small right now. Right now, we just got a few designs, but it will grow as we just needed to get everything switched over as quick as we could. And we got some more T-shirt designs coming for summer, but we're up and going. And we're pumped. And thank you, and a shout out to everybody that already supported. We launched, like 2 days ago? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like 2 days ago. And tons of you guys jumped on it and supported us. So, hey, thank you. And just so you guys know, 100% of the proceeds go to our nonprofit that helps support sharing the gospel. So, thanks again. We're super excited that we are finally in control of our brand.
And also, just shout out to Ronnie, because he did everything. I told him like months ago, I'm like, I can't do ministry and figure out how to do a clothing line and help with schools that you're doing with motocross. I can't do all these things.
We got a lot going.
So I quit.
Yeah,
I told her. I had that. I told him. Told him.
Hey.
I quit the clothing company.
Yeah, so I'm on full charge. It's all good.
He did everything. Yeah. So,
but that's cool. It's all good because it's a good trade-off because she does a lot of stuff on the ministry side. We have to split it because between obviously we got Ronnie Faisst YouTube. Obviously we're all here. We have our ministry YouTube. We have the merch for RFMX. We have schools for RFMX. We have Mark Collective, which is our merch for our ministry. And now Mel's doing podcasts 5 days a week.
Podcast 5 days a week, so we're busy.
Yeah, and let's get that up here because hey, that went like really good. So yeah, let's get Mel down. We'll pop this up real quick. Hey, here's her podcast, and I just want to thank everybody that jumped on that as well. obviously it looks like a women's podcast when you glance at it, because it's you and it says Mornings for
and
Mel.
it looks girly.
Yeah,
I designed
it's not just for women. But hey, if you got wives, you got girlfriends, tell them to go check it out. Moms, whatever, aunts, anybody, all your friends, go check it out. But another just shout out for Mel, going hard with the 5 days a week. Like, you sure you want to do 5 days a week? She goes every day, Monday through Friday. And we got to film our normal videos on Friday, so she's doubling up on those days.
Yep.
For our ministry channel. But it did awesome. And that's thanks to you guys, because the way things work is downloads. And with her first 3 days, she hit the top charts for not Christian. I thought it was Christian YouTube channels, or Christian podcasts, but it's not. The category is spiritual,
religious and spiritual. Yeah.
So it's thrown in with Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam. It's everything.
Even just
anything.
spiritual.
Yeah, it's just spiritual. Yeah. So it's like New Age, all this stuff. So it wasn't just like she had hit the top 100 of Christian podcasts. She hit the top 100 in just the spiritual, which that's pretty big, because that's a way bigger deal. And she was ranked 85 on her third day, which we thought we were like,
we thought that was cool.
Yeah,
we weren't expecting anything.
Like, she was just scrolling and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm up on the top charts." She was pretty excited. So I thought that was cool. So we had to show her some love and shout her out. But hey, we thank you guys, because that doesn't happen without people downloading stuff. So I think that's it for announcements. We got school coming up. Mark's up and going. Mel's going hard with the podcast.
Yep.
And hey, what else is going down? We got the ride last week, which was awesome. And if I want to jump in and talk about that, I was actually disappointed in myself. I came home disappointed, because I've been going hard at the gym. I've been feeling good. I'm like, you know what? I've been hitting. I haven't been skipping. I've been going pretty hard. So I'm like, all right, I'm feeling good. I'm for sure driving to Kingsville last weekend, and I'm thinking, I'm gonna crush. I'm gonna kill 5 laps easy. Normal practice is like 5-6 laps, and they cut you off. So I'm thinking, I'm finishing strong. I'm gonna finish the whole practice. I went out. I'm not even lying. 3 laps was a struggle. I was so pumped up.
He was so bummed.
I was bummed. I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, I can't even, I felt like I didn't gain nowhere. I gained nothing. So then it was just another reality check that gym strength is not moto strength. I was like, okay, it don't matter how good you feel in the gym. It's not moto strength. It's a whole different game. So I was like, okay, yeah, it helps in some sort, but it didn't work. Everything I was doing in the gym did not matter when I got out there, because I was tired. In 3 laps, got arm pump. So I came home disappointed. And I was like, okay, I got some work to do, because I'm not happy with that. I want to be able to finish my practice. I don't want to have to pull in and take a breather and watch people ride around the track, because my arms are so pumped I can't feel my handlebars.
But then we did talk about it, because we went to dinner that night and just talked about it. But you were also used to having your own track at your own house, where he could just wake up and go ride some laps. And it's just so helpful when you have that. When you don't have that, or you live in a place like Kansas City, where half the year it's cold and you can't, and then it's only open a few days a week, or maybe a few days a month, it's just a little bit it's a different world.
But here's the deal. I know I can get in shape, and it's just, so my goal is once a week. I'm going to try to get out once a week. But if and when we get some property, if we decide to get land and stay here, whatever we decide to do and build a motocross track, I'm making it a part of my daily routine. I'm going to be doing laps nonstop, because I kind of want to race a little bit. We were talking about that. I kind of want to moto. I want to race, but I don't want to go out there and squirrel out in 3 laps. So I got some work to do. So hey, it's all good. It's nothing wrong with not being happy with where you're at, and setting some goals of where you need to be. And that's where I'm at. I was like, the first practice was actually, I didn't even feel good, period. Even though I got tired, I felt like a goon. It just didn't even feel good. Felt off. Felt like I was just not flowing. So then I'm like, all right, whatever. It's the first time I really rode, because I rode January once at Elsinore, but I was teaching a class, and honestly I didn't get to ride that much that day. And then I rode a little bit at Fox Raceway in my February class, and I actually felt good at Fox Raceway. I think I was just having so much fun in the dirt. It's amazing there. And so I actually felt good there. I felt way better there than I did at Kingsville, my first practice. And then I went out for my second, because the way they do it here, they put you in groups, so it's not like Cali where you can just go out and ride. So I went out my second practice, and I still didn't really feel that good. And I'm like coming in, and I'm just like, dude, I'm just like fagooning it out today. I'm not feeling good. I got
been
no
a bad
flow.
Day.
Yeah, like I'm pumped up. I got no flow. I'm making mistakes. Like I just felt off. And then by the third practice, I actually felt like I finally found the flow to where I was actually felt like, I'm like, okay, at least I'm riding like halfway decent. Yeah. Still didn't have more than 3 laps, but at least I had some flow. So anyway, it took me 2 motors to shake the dust off from the winter, but it's all good, dude. It's
gonna be okay.
Hey, passionate about this stuff, man. Don't get pumped. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I feel like that's how most guys are. I'm sure you guys can relate. And you go out and you don't feel like you're performing up to what you know you can do. You get bummed. But hey, we're gonna make some changes and we're gonna get in better shape and we're gonna race some local races this year. I don't know how many, but I don't know when, but I do want to race. I've been seeing Deegan post races. I've seen Renard posting races. Who else had I just seen recently? Oh, I think he wasn't racing, but I saw Jeff Emmy posting stuff the other day. And he posted a couple photos yesterday from riding. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Like he's probably like 8 years older than me. I just think it's cool at least I would think. I mean, maybe I don't know. He's definitely older than me. I know that. I don't know how much older, but anyway, it's just cool when you see those old dudes still out there ripping. Mm. Oh, and then Ron Lachine was posting photos ripping, and that dude was one of my heroes growing up. So I just think it's cool, and I want to stay involved and stay active on my bike, and it'd be sweet to go out there and line up on the gate and get a couple races under my belt. But anyway, what else? We got practice coming up this week. We got a Supercross coming up tomorrow, or no?
Tomorrow.
Hey, a couple days from now.
Saturday. It's Monday.
We had a week off.
Monday.
We normally talk about Supercross, but we had a week off. All right. So yeah, we're looking forward to Supercross. I'm getting excited, dude.
Tomorrow.
It's Moto Monday, but hey, it feels like Friday.
Well, I guess
that's my life. This is my life, dude. I was cutting the grass today. I was mowing the lawn. Like, dude, it's like weekend stuff. Come on. This is my life. All right.
Monday, Moto Monday.
Yeah. All right. Let's get serious. All right. So we got a special guest. And hey, it's Mel's birthday tomorrow. So hey, happy birthday. I'm not gonna tell you. She's not gonna say that. But anyway,
10 years younger than
she's still 10 years younger than me. But anyway, so you can do that. But hey, her birthday tomorrow. So we're gonna be celebrating. We're gonna hang out all day tomorrow. I got a little things
I'm
planned.
taking him to IKEA. He hates IKEA,
but I
love it.
I made me do this last year.
I do.
You? Yeah.
It's my birthday. I get to do whatever I want.
I know. So exactly. So the deal is on her birthday, she do whatever she wants. And last year she was like, "Let's go to IKEA," and I'm like, "What? I hate IKEA. You know that. She knows that I hate it, and she wants to go, and she don't even want to buy nothing. She just want to walk through it and like point out stuff that I'm like that's cheap and junk, and I would never buy because it's gonna break. And
it's my birthday.
But whatever. This is part of it. This is Christ said, "Love your wife as Christ loved the church," and lay down your life.
Die.
And lay it down. I'm gonna go to IKEA and just look at a bunch of junk. Somehow she thinks it's cool. Yep. All right, but no, we got some good places to eat planned out tomorrow. So we're gonna celebrate her birthday tomorrow. We talked about your podcast, so that's good. The podcast is going. And what else? Sorry,
I'm just checking on the dog.
So anyway, let's just jump into it. Here's the deal. Me and Mel met. Mel's from the moto industry as well.
Most of you probably don't know that.
Yeah, most people probably think she's a church girl, which she is now, but she wasn't always a church girl. She has a background in history just like me. We met 8 years ago in the motocross scene. She was a monster girl, and I was a freestyle guy, and we had a thing way back then. Actually, longer than 8 years now. We've been married almost 5 years.
Probably.
So that's a long time
5
ago.
years?
Because think about it. When we got reconnected,
it was 8 years.
We're going on our fifth year now.
13
It was
years
8.
almost?
Yeah, that's crazy. It was 8 years when we had reconnected, and then we were both believers. And then, anyway, long story short, we ended up getting married and felt like we were called to do a ministry together. And we started a YouTube channel to do a ministry together. It's Ronnie Mel Ministries. Excuse me. You can check it out. But our whole story is on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, our story, like, of how we got connected, how we met, all that stuff. That video was the video that went viral on YouTube. It's got over 1 million views. It's crazy.
But check it out if you haven't heard, because it is a long story. It's crazy story, and it's like I would not have got married had not like God did what He did. Like, I would not be honest with you. I probably never be married.
Me neither, actually, though.
And now we're married because we were like, God said so. Let's do this. Let's do ministry. So here we are, and we've been married almost 5 years, and. But we because, we only kind of like dated it when I was in my prime. We kind of just dated a little bit. I'm going to let you kind of tell a little bit of history, all that stuff. I'll let you jump in. I don't want to talk the whole show. We'll let you talk. We'll let people talk. You can ask us both questions, moto related, faith related, dating related, marriage, whatever. Like, hey, we got the wife on here tonight. Let's mix it up. Hopefully you guys are sitting down with your girlfriends or wives and y'all can relate. And if not, and you're single and you're looking for a wife, we'll hopefully give you guys some good pointers on how to do it.
Because we're pros.
No, we're squirrels, big time, squids, squid fest. But anyway, where was I going with that? Pick it up again. I just lost my train of thought. I dropped the ball.
I don't know.
No, what was I saying? I totally spaced it. What was I saying?
I don't know. You went on 10 rabbit trails.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I do. But go ahead. No, where was I? No. Anyway. No, I was talking about how we met, and I was going to lead into let you tell the story a little bit. Okay. But you could check it out. But I was going to touch on a little bit, like we didn't have a whole lot of history together of like racing together and competing together because we met kind of when I was full blown in. But then she left California. She was in California a little bit, and that's where we met. But then she dipped back to Colorado Springs, where she was from. And I pretty much finished my motocross or my freestyle career. And when we reconnected, I was actually racing trucks. So I was already finished. I already finished freestyle career. I already finished my speed and style. That was the last thing that I did before I really hung up the boots. And then I decided I'm going to go race off-road racing. And then that's when we reconnected when I was racing off-road. And I remember I invited you to the first race and I flipped.
He did.
But hey, check me out. I'm ripping in these trucks. But at least I landed on my wheels.
He was like, watch me.
And drove off.
Oh, this is what my life is going to be like?
So
maybe not.
So don't try to show off too hard, guys. You might flip. But, and then, so the only thing, so we did a little bit of off-road season. She hated it. She couldn't stand it. She couldn't stand off-road. The off-road is a whole different program.
Well,
it's really dusty, really dirty.
Like you're having to work on your own truck for
I was a full privateer
before
But the
race.
off-road is just really dirty in general. Like, make the nationals, like your gnarliest, dusty, worst day at the nationals, that's like the off-road races. It's not like Supercross where it's all like chill pavement, it's nice. You can girls can kind of dress nice and go. No. That's what she was used to. She was Supercross girl. She was a monster at Supercross.
Not the same thing.
No, off-road is a whole different program.
Whole different game.
So dirty and grimy.
Whole different game.
And you're out there for days too.
Yeah.
You got like the practice day, race day. So long weekend. But anyway, so she wasn't a fan of that. But then we did do Winter X Games together. That was the last time that I competed ever at X Games. I think it was 2016. It was the first year we got married.
Yep, it was after we got married.
And that was fun though.
It was fun.
Yeah, that was that's a cool Winter X Game. Aspen. I tried to get her to go snowboarding with me. She's gooned out. Didn't go.
Well, we were sick that week.
Yeah, we did. We got the flu.
We
both got
the
flu.
We
So
both got the flu.
But whatever. It was still fun.
But like Big Feist came out to Aspen. My parents are from Colorado, so they all came up. So it was a fun family event.
Yeah, we kind of made that
competing.
That became a trip for us. Every year we would go to Winter X because I was judging after that year.
Yeah.
I've competed that year, but then every year after that I started judging at Winter X Games. So that was a cool trip that we did together every year because it turned into a family X Games trip because we got to see our family. But anyway, good times. So we didn't have the crazy I would say kind of like Deegan Marisa.
Yeah.
They Marisa was there throughout his whole
I didn't
career.
have to watch you do scary things.
Yeah, she kind of got the easy part of it. I was already kind of done doing flips, already done.
But I knew you that whole time.
Getting broke off, and hopefully God keeps me safe and I don't get broke off anymore because I just want to chill and drink milkshakes.
He went to go get a milkshake tonight, you guys, at this
got shut down. I was bummed.
Really nice milkshake place, and it's closed on Mondays. He drove there.
Yeah, 2 times in a row I went and got shut down. It's sad.
It's sad. Maybe.
What is it called? Because I want you guys to Google it and look at this milkshake.
You guys, it's
the most ridiculous. I'm not even really into milkshakes, but
no, these are gourmet milkshakes with a cupcake, a cookie,
That's why I get tired of 3
else.
I mean, I'm about to drink milkshakes and eat cupcakes.
I think it's called Creative Culture, KC.
Yeah, Google that and just look at their milkshakes and just say you want to maybe think about trying one. They look amazing. I do love sweets.
He loves sweets.
Yes. So anyway, I've been thinking about it, and it's just not working out. I tried to get it the other night, and was it closed? It was closed. It closed early. So I went one night, and it was closed. I'm like, dude. So then I'm like, I'll just go to this, because there's a couple new dessert spots in town. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go over to this new ice cream spot. And I drive over to this ice cream spot, and the line's out the door. And I'm like, I ain't waiting in line to get no ice cream.
I'll go to the cookie store.
So yeah, I'm like,
instead.
I'm going to go to the cookie shop. I went to the cookie shop, was closed. I'm like, it's not meant to be.
It's definitely not meant to
go
be.
home.
Lord's
Drive
gonna tell you
home.
something.
Stop trying to get some sweets. All right, let's jump in here. I've been jibber jabbering.
I know people can ask questions if they want to.
Yeah, so let's just you kind of tell your story a little bit of just how you even ended up in the moto scene a little bit, and then we'll let people jump in, and I'll scroll through and start popping off questions and stuff. But yeah,
because I think most of you guys don't even really have a clue that I was in the motocross world. Like, that was my world for a little while. But the only reason that I got into it, I dated a guy in high school who, like, he raced with like Villapoto and those guys. And so I kind of got into it through an ex-boyfriend. But I mean, it was just when I got into it really fast, you know, I just got to meet the lady who hires all the monster girls. And I got to meet Don Maeda, who is the Transworld guy. I don't know. Does Transworld exist still?
Mel, were you on the cover?
I was like Miss Transworld.
Who had someone, I think Taka like sent me like she was the centerfold a couple of times too, and people would be like sending me pictures. I'm like, "Is this your wife?" Because they're like, "Wait," because they don't know. They're like, "Have to put it together." They have no
idea. Nobody.
Some people know. So I think Twitch like knew, like like some people knew, but not everybody knew. And they're like, "Wait, is that Faisst's wife?"
Yeah, they like walk into someone's house and they're like, "Wait,
photo." They'll take a picture and send it to me. But anyway, it's pretty funny.
So
she's been around the scene a little bit. She's not a goody. She's got a whole history of just party life, everything, just like mine. She's got a story. So I think a lot of people just assume that she's like the goody girl, but
right. And so when I come in here and I have to recap to Ronnie what happened in the Supercross race that week, it's because that was my world too for years and years and years. So
she loves Supercross.
I do.
She loves Supercross, which is good. She Supercross and football.
I watch it so that he can take naps during Supercross.
Oh my God, I woke up for the mains. She put me on blast last week. I was up for the mains. I just snoozed off. I just took a quick little rest in my
takes a nap
eyes.
during the heat races. It's fine.
I was up for the mains. I didn't miss the mains.
It's funny.
She did me dirty, huh?
Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's been in the game for a little bit. So Mel knows what's up. She knows about moto. She's been to the races for a long time. And anyway.
Yep. So if you have any questions for me while I'm here, or even you can still ask Ronnie questions. No,
I wanted you to come on. It's birthday weekend. I feel like I'm here every weekend. Let's mix it up a little bit. It'd be cool if mix it up between like questions related either between the two of us or me and Mel. Just mix it up. You guys got me every week, you know? Let's switch it up a little bit. All right.
And I get to hang out with you guys like every single week.
Yeah, she's pretty much here anyway. She's like behind the scenes running deals.
It is. I have to run the thing.
All right, let's Brian here.
Because you were talking about arm pump before. So.
Yeah, well, wait. I think this is an arm pump question.
Yes, it is.
Is it common to get more arm pump on my throttle arm, and I find myself not squeezing my bike with my legs? Definitely trying to ride with only arms and not more your legs would definitely cause more arm pump, 100%. So definitely, I noticed that when we were working together that you had loose legs a little bit. For definitely, write the little note, man. That's just a good reminder. If that's one of the things that you know that you're doing wrong, take a duct tape and a Sharpie and put it on your crossbar pads and just write whatever it's going to trigger you. Oh yeah, I need to squeeze my legs. But definitely try to use your legs more than your arms. Strong legs, loose arms. That's what I like to say. Like, have a strong legs are stronger than your arms. So if you can ride more with your legs and then relax your upper body, that helps. But as far as to get more arm pump on the throttle arm, I'm going to say I just went through the arm pump situation and both my arms were pumped so crazy. But I'm going to be honest with you, because I went to the hot tub and was there. What is it? Saturday? It was Saturday night, huh? I went right to the gym and got in the hot tub. No, they're tender. And this one is a little bit more tender. So maybe it is. Sense. I felt like they were both pumped up for me. So, but this one is a little bit more tender, which is, it's just conditioning. At the end of the day, like we were talking about it, like we were like, man, maybe we should make a video about what to do with arm pump. And I was just thinking through it. I honestly, like, training off the bike, it all helps, but I'm all about training on the bike. Like, if you want to reduce arm pump, yes, you got to be hydrated. Yes, you got to ride relaxed. Yes, you got to breathe. But dude, overall, you got to be conditioned, and there's no conditioning better than riding your bike. Like, that's the end of the day. And here's, I feel like as soon as you're not flowing and you're fighting the bike, you're gonna pump up quick. And I feel like that's where I was in my first couple in the ruts. I wasn't flowing through the ruts real quick, and I was kind of fighting a little bit, and that caused you to pump up so fast. But on training on the bike, in my opinion, is the best way to just condition yourself to be able to ride relaxed.
Yeah.
And then breathing, having food, having water. And then another thing is having the confidence that you're actually in the condition. Like, here's the deal. For some reason, when I'm like, okay, I got like 3 laps in me. When I get to the 3rd lap, I automatically go like, am I tired? And then I'm like, oh my God, I am. And then, so that's mental game. Like, you got to get the mental. But when you train to where you know you can do 20 minutes strong and you're not going to get tired, you're not letting your mind drift off and start asking yourself, am I tired? Do I got arm pump? Am I breathing? And start questioning yourself. When you're confident, so it's part of it's mental game too. So it's just as important to know that you can last is just as important as being able to last. Mind is a strong thing. All right. Let's see.
Scroll.
Yeah, I got to scroll.
Uh-oh. Big Fly said it was freezing up. Was it really?
Already?
Oh my gosh, I hope it's not now. Because normally I'm the one that's like checking it and making sure things are doing good. But I'm not here to check it this week.
All right, so the next class, we got Mr. Taylor here. What's up, my brother? And I hope you can make it out to the next class. Next class, I think the April 17th class is either going to be at Grain Valley or potentially maybe there's a private track in Hillsdale. So depending on if it's ready or not, because I did talk to the track owner about a week or 2 weeks ago, the week before I did my class, my last class, and he said that they were just it was kind of like just with all the rain and stuff, it just needed work. So one or the other, it'll either be Hillsdale or Grain Valley. So I will keep everybody updated on where that's going to be. But both of those tracks are not too far apart. So, all right. So here, let's get Eric Davis. Bible question: what books of the Bible are you reading? Are you two reading right now? Actually, I read Ephesians this morning. What did you read?
I'm in Mark. So I'm doing like the New Testament in 90 days right now. So I'm in Mark today. So nice. The Gospels.
I'm going right through the New Testament. So I'm in Ephesians, and I finished it this morning. I read the whole book. It's a short book, so it's not like that's a high five. It's 6 chapters. But anyway.
Mine was only a few too. It's fine.
But that's what I'm going to do. So the way I like to do it, I like to start in one spot and read straight through. So I'll say, hey, I'm going to start in the New Testament. Start in Matthew, and I'll read Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts. And I'll just go. It's because that's easy for me to pick up. And so wherever I finish, I pick up the next morning. So it's just helpful and easy for me to stay on track. So, and I've done that for years, and it's always worked. So I'm in Ephesians, and I'll be moving on to what's next? Galatians?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I don't know.
Or was that the one before?
I always forget. I just read them.
Somewhere in there.
Okay,
right.
Anthony
P. Do you think Sigmars would have been better off staying on the bike when he broke his back? My opinion, when Seth stayed on the bike on his crash, it saved his life. When should you bail versus staying on? Hey,
That's a good question.
Dude, no. I am all about staying on the bike. Why throw the bike? Why throw the bike and allow your bones to hit the dirt before the bike? Let the bike hit and let the bike break before your bones break. I never jump off, like, unless obviously if it's endo, like some crashes you have to jump off. But if you're just over jumping or coming up short, dude, hang on, let that thing, it's not gonna be good either way. But think about it. You have 12, 13 inches of suspension. You got wheels. All that can blow out before your wrist or your ankles are gonna blow out, or your knees. Once you ditch the bike, it's just body and dirt. So I think for sure it's always better to stay on. I've watched people over and over throughout the years ditch their bike sometimes when they're just coming up short or going long, and I'm like, why the heck did that dude jump off? I'm like, that was like, so let the bike take the initial hit is my eyeball. I've stood by that for years, and it doesn't mean you're not going to get hurt, but I think it's a better option than letting your bones hit the dirt first. All right, Jess Hunt.
Hi, Jess.
What's up, brother? I says, when should you rebuild the bottom on a 450? This is a great question. And Tony actually did text me back last week. So he did. He texted me back. He probably texted me back before the 10 minutes was up, and I forgot to look at it. Because as soon as I got done, I looked at my phone, and he was already there. And I'm like, oh. Anyway, the answer was, he said 80 hours on a bike to redo it. And Tony is like, you probably could go 90. But Tony's like so gnarly. Like Tony's like just the most perfectionist, like not a 10 minutes over. He's just on it. So you probably could milk that a little bit, but Tony's like 80. So that was his answer for that. So 80 hours is when you should start thinking about redoing your 4 strokes. Also, I ordered Mark's shirt and hat. I was hoping to get both signed, but I got them already. Yeah, I mentioned, I don't know if you did. You must have missed it last week maybe, because I was talking about that. So basically all the marked merch up until 2 days ago was coming. We had a company fulfilling our orders for us. So we never saw them. We didn't have any merch at our.
Right. So we couldn't sign it.
Yeah, we couldn't
do anything like that.
So now that we brought it in-house, so now we have the ability to sign it. So like you had let me know, you were like, hey, Jess Hunt had hit us up.
Yeah, because you emailed us.
And I'm like,
and I was like, oh. Because we didn't have it in our house yet.
So we owe you one. We got it. We got you, dude.
Yeah, so on your next order.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, yes. And that's just, should have been probably more clear about it when I was talking about it. I think I was talking about marked and being able to sign stuff. And I was talking about the launch coming.
Yeah.
So he was probably thinking, oh, yeah, let me go order some stuff and I'll sign it. And it wasn't, we didn't launch the stuff that we actually had here at the house for another week. But we have it now. So all the stuff you see on the site is coming directly from our little mini warehouse down in the basement, and I pack all your orders.
Your packer guy right here.
I can sign stuff now, so sorry about that, brother. But hey, thanks for supporting. We do appreciate it. We got you for sure.
Brian also just says prayers for the young man who wrecked yesterday at Midwest Extreme. Very bad.
Yeah.
So
Brian
Lord,
was telling me about that. Yeah, bad crash at the races yesterday. Broken femur and broken back.
Liam has a question. Okay, right there.
Oh, here's Liam.
Yeah. So Liam is asking if my podcast is on SoundCloud. I don't know if my podcast is on SoundCloud. I probably can get it on there. I mean, it's on most of the big ones. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify, Google Podcasts. It's still pending for Pandora and Amazon. Those ones, I guess, just take weeks for them to let you on. But I can definitely look into SoundCloud for you, Liam.
There you go. Sweet. We got Thomas Kimberly's up in here. Florida man. BDP's back. Boogie Down Productions. Oh, he's got a question too. Let's get him up here. Did it pop up? Have you ever thought about getting a quad? Yes.
Ronnie wants one so bad. Yeah. He's always talking about
a hunting quad though, not like a race quad. He just wants to cruise around and go hunting on, and so
he wants to ride it in the snow. Yeah, that's really why you want it. Rip around the neighborhood in the snow.
It gets cold here, and you can't ride a dirt bike in the winter. So I'm like, I just need a quad.
Wants a quad.
And when it snows, I'm gonna just rip around the yard in the quad. So, hey, Thomas Kimberly, he says Love Mel's podcast.
Oh, that's awesome! I love it.
Sweet.
And just so you know, they're only 10 minutes long. They're like 10-minute little daily devotionals in the morning. Yeah, something to just like get you a Bible verse, help you apply it to your life, help think about it. You know, it's really
short and simple.
Short and simple.
But that's good. That's always helpful.
There's your mom.
One of the it's basically, I don't know if you guys have ever read the little devotional called Jesus Calling. When I first got saved, 12, 15 years ago, how long it's been now, I don't even know. It's been a while. That was the first devotional I read, and I loved it. It was just short and simple.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like, it's similar to something like that.
It's a devotional podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But they're little nuggets, but they're encouraging, and they help you, or they're helpful. And I don't know. I love that. It was a good little book. It was like, I had the mini one. It was like this big. All right, so let's see. We get Jeff here. He says, have you looked into Power Dot for arm pump? I haven't. What is Power Dot? Leave another comment, because I've never even heard of it. Is it some type of like drink or something that's supposed to help with arm pump?
Or is it some like dot that you put on it and it
maybe
puts something in your arms to like, who knows?
Yeah.
Carey Hart won his Loretta Lynn's qualifier.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Oh, yeah. Hart was racing, too. That was another one.
Ah.
That was another guy I seen racing. And I was like, yeah, he did. We got to give a shout out to Hart.
Oh, yeah. Your dad said it, too. I saw a post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's sweet. That's what I'm saying. You see all these dudes that I came up with, and they're all racers. We were all racers. We all came from racing. And these guys are going back to the roots. You know, I had a long career freestyle.
You feel left out.
I just feel like, at the end of the day, you just love it's hard to get the racer out of you.
Or
You
just
love
the
it.
competitive. Yeah.
Something to work for. The goal. Like, that's the thing. Like, having the goal, having, like, where you're working towards something. And it doesn't matter if it's on a professional level, amateur level, beginner level, intermediate. It's fun. It's like, that's what's cool about motocross. There's always something to reach for. It's not like you just get to this place where you're just too good for anybody. Like, even the best dudes in the world, like, listen to the interviews. Those guys are like, I got work to do. Like, I'm not happy where I'm at. You know, wasn't good enough this weekend. Those dudes are trying to get better, and they're best in the world. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think we don't get bored at what we do. It's awesome. It's a fun sport. Thomas Kimberly, he says, hey, man, what's your best tip for super rough downhills when you're trying to pick up speed, but the bike is death wobbling? So basically, like, head shake. So what is your best tip for super rough downhills when you're trying to pick up speed and your bike is... So basically, it's super rough and you get kind of like getting head shake almost, I would assume, coming down those super rough downhills. Man, I feel like sometimes line selection too. See if you can find just a better line. Look for the edges of the track. Try to get out of the real rough stuff. But I would go back to the same thing, man. It's keeping those arms loose, keeping your butt back, head forward, arms up and out, and gripping with the legs, but just loose and flow with it. But dude, just coming down downhills, man, like, you should be like attack mode. You should have your butt back in that nice attack position, keeping your elbows out, head forward, but relaxed but strong legs and loose arms. But look for lines. At the end of the day, like, just know your eyes are always going to go to the main line where it's all rough. That's just natural. You look where everyone goes and you want to go there. So then try to get out of the habit of looking where's the main line? Okay, can I move over 6 inches and miss all the bumps? And if the track's just blown out, look for the edges. Try to find that last little foot of the track along the side, whether it's inside or outside, and find that little smooth spot that's a little less choppy. Sometimes it helps. So, all right, let's get Howard up here.
Hi, Howard.
What's up, brother? Oh.
Another question. Hi, Howard.
My bad. Here we go. All right, who raced trucks longer? Did it pop up? Who raced trucks longer, you or Twitch? Twitch did. So Twitch actually raced way before me. He started racing trucks long before me. He actually even won a championship in the super, not in the pro light, but in the super light. They don't even have that class anymore.
Oh, okay.
I think he did. I thought he did.
Maybe
I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I know he at least won some races. I feel like I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, I know he raced super light, and he even raced pro too. So he had a way more experience than I did. And then even after I was done, I think he raced a little bit longer. He had more people.
Not too much, though.
Yeah, he had more people helping him, so he had a bigger budget. My budget ran out fast. April class.
I see a good question.
April 17th, Saturday. So just a few weeks away. So let's do it, brother. Looking good on that 250F.
There's a question.
Where?
Lauren. Is that how you say it? Lauren?
Lauren.
Does Mel ride? Mel does not ride. Mel has tried to ride a 110. And see, the problem is because I was in the supercross and motocross world and that was it looked so easy. Like, those guys make, scrubbing the jumps just look easy. So I thought I could just go out there and just... No, I got a foot peg in the leg, bleeding everywhere. I still have a scar. No. That was my last time.
She's not.
I learned. I'm just a very inside girl.
She don't even come to the moto track when I go out and practice. She stays home.
I'll take care of the dog at home.
I'm sure if I go race, she'll come. Yeah. But if I'm just going out in the practice, she's chilling. She don't come out.
I've tried. You've tried to make
one time.
You made me used to be your photographer all the time, but I'm like,
And she was like, yeah, she's like, you said you were going to be here for an hour. It's been 3 hours. I'm like, yeah, that's what we do when we're at the track. We ride.
I got stuff to do. Got places to be.
All right, so we got Jeremy here with the super chat. Yeah. All right.
Thank you for the birthday girl.
I appreciate that, dude, because those gourmet milkshakes are like $14,
they're
expensive. $15.
They are not cheap.
Hey, that's what I'm doing, dude. As soon as they're, hey, I might have to go after, or no, they're closed today. Maybe tomorrow.
Birthday. It's for me, for my birthday.
Oh,
you can eat it, but it's my birthday.
All right, yeah, you're right. Birthday girl. Birthday girl milkshake. Sorry, I'm getting excited, dude. I thought it was for me.
Reed had the same question. Has Mel ever ripped a bike before?
All right, so we'll get Pop Reed up. She's a squirrel.
Yep, I'm a squirrel. It's fine.
Out.
I think you need to teach me how to ride the 50, though.
So here's a good question.
I think he needs to teach me the ride to 50.
How long should a run-in be before FMX ramp with a 75-foot for the landing? And I don't know the exact same feet, but I'm almost positive that 75-foot gap, somewhere in that 70-foot range is pretty. You can do it way shorter. You can go way shorter, but I'm just saying if you want something comfortable, I'm almost positive that if you're in close to that, it's more than enough. But you can jump in a way shorter distance. That's another good question I'd like to get a tight answer on, just so I know. But if you got the room, measure out 75 feet, and you should be fine.
A lot of people had the same kind of question.
What?
Trent's question.
Wait, what is it? How often do you and Mel go riding together?
Never. It's so funny. We're like very opposite people.
We're full
like,
opposite.
Some things I would say we're the same, but a lot of things we're like exact opposite, which I think sometimes
we laugh
works.
About it.
We do.
Laugh about
it's
it.
Like, God, you're funny.
Yeah, you're like, this is
like,
how it is.
This is.
Because I'm outdoorsy. I want to be outside all day. She wants me inside all day.
I'm a worker. I know how to work.
Fun. I'm just like laugh, fun. Let's have some fun. Mel's always
I'm like
dead
serious. Let's work.
Everything.
Let's do something purposeful. Like
it's just funny.
I load the dishwasher perfectly in a line. Ronnie just throws
throw it
stuff
in there and turn the thing on. Let's get it done.
The Lord's funny. It's so funny.
Yes, that's how it works. All right. So yeah, All right, Mel, did you stop partying and found God at the same time? And was it gradual or like one moment? That's a good question.
Yeah, that's
How
a
about
great
you,
question.
Ronnie? Oh, yeah, that's a double question. Go ahead. So Anthony P.
Yeah. So actually, Anthony, both of our full testimonies are on YouTube as well. And so you can find, yours is called... What?
Moto to Ministry.
Yeah, yours is called
Model to Ministry.
Model to Missionary, I think it was. And yours is Moto to Ministry. You can find them both on YouTube. You probably just can search our names. But my transformation when I got saved, it was like quick. I mean, I was alcoholic. I had eating disorders. I was a mess and on the verge of basically dying. And so I got saved real quick and everything in a moment stopped. And I basically gave up that whole life, the whole motocross scene, the whole modeling scene. And I left everything. And I left it for 8 years till we reconnected. And so mine was not gradual. Mine was like, so I got delivered.
That's what I'm saying. Everything about us is opposite.
Yeah.
She had the exact opposite testimony to me because mine was gradual. Like I stayed in the motocross industry and then I had to figure out how to, be a Christian when I was surrounded by a bunch of non-Christians and in a group, the metal militia that's going wide open one direction and I'm trying to turn my life around and go the other direction. So it was a struggle for me.
Yeah.
And then I was a slow grower. But God's patient. That's the one thing I know. Like God's super patient with us. And he's kind, and if you just keep on getting up. As many times you get knocked down, you just keep getting up. Keep on repenting, keep getting up, and keep going for it, and keep on moving forward. And eventually, there's breakthrough. It's sometimes it takes time for some of us. And I look at it I relate to God like I look at God like they say he's a father and he's a loving father. And I look at I had a good dad and a real loving father. So for me, it's easy for me to understand how God would react to a child who's not perfect. Like my dad doesn't disown me because I did something wrong when I was a child, or if I did anything. It's not like you're out of the family because you messed up. That, and I always would I felt like God always just kind of forgave, even if when I didn't do what was right. God was just kind and kind of like my dad. He just loved me through my weaknesses and my failures. And through time, it just took time. And eventually, but the thing was, I had a genuine desire to like live for God. Like I really did. I'm like, man, I want to do what's right. I want to live for God. I want to honor God. I believe this. I believe this to be true. So I want to do what's right. It didn't come easy. Yeah. You know, it was a little bit of a struggle. But God's good though. Yeah. I know that. And he is very kind and patient with us.
And I think that it is cool though that we started our ministry, but because of the fact that we have different testimonies, we're able to help relate to everybody. We're able to help relate to the ones that they got saved and they left it all and now they don't know what to do, or the ones who they're still in that life and they need help out. So we really, it's cool because we are able to sort of relate to a lot of different people and be able to help them.
So no matter where you're at, just keep on moving forward. Just keep on opening your Bible up. And that's the thing. If you keep just keep seeking them. That I feel like the breakthrough and what helps you get away from the old life is like the more you get filled up, the more you can get in the Word, the more you can. It's seriously like Christianity is not complex. It's like I can look back over my years of being a Christian, and it's like as long as I stay in the Word, stay in prayer, and listen to worship music, just do three things and have some fellowship with some other believers, you can grow and continue to go forward. It's like, but if you just kind of get rid of those things, it makes things tougher. And it's so easy. It feels like the world starts wanting to pull you back the other direction just by simply staying out of the Word or just, not being connected with other believers or not talking to God much. Like, it's just these little simple things that can just, all of a sudden you're like, slow drip.
We have 15 minutes left.
Oh. All right. So just keep on opening that Bible.
There's mom question. There's Dan
Where's
B
Mom
question.
At? I didn't even see her. Where's she at?
Go down. Right there. Pink. Mel, what color is your hair now? How do you not see that? There you go.
I mean,
this is Ronnie's mom.
I guess it does look kind of
crazy. It does
crazy.
look kind of grayish.
I didn't even notice it.
There are grays, though.
No,
let's be
it's
honest.
blonde. It just
There's
must
grays
be the lighting.
up there, though.
Yeah, it does look. It looks
but
gray.
She's
going
the
crazy
normal,
on us. She's going rock and roll on us.
It's still just kind of brown up here, blonde.
What do you call that?
That's like a thing now. The
it's
little
not
gray.
It's blonde in person.
Silvery.
It does look weird.
It does look silvery.
Danny B, my brother. No, God has a funny way of working things for his good. Can you talk about going from not wanting to be involved in the moto world anymore to now being involved differently?
That's a really cool question, Dan.
Because she was over it.
I was. Well, I remember when I had to step away from it, I remember God really asking me, like, can you give this up? Because I think it was like sort of an idol in my life because it was such an important thing in my life and I wanted to be in that world so much. And I really did have to give it up. And it kind of hurt at first. But after a few years, I never really thought, I just thought I was done with that world and God had me doing something else. And so then when we reconnected and it was clear that we were going to be getting married, I didn't really know what it was going to be like until I actually walked into it. Because I didn't, at first, when we were going to start dating, I was like, Lord, I don't want to go back. Like, I left that world. Why is this Ronnie guy in my life? And why are you leading us down this road? Like, no, I left that world, never to return. But are you all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm letting you talk.
Okay. You look like you're tearing up. Maybe it's his allergies.
What? Nobody's tearing up.
Your eyes are all right. Allergies.
Forget it over here.
Anyways, you all right? Is this emotional?
No. Oh, God. Come on.
But anyways.
I'm letting you talk, but I don't cut you off. I like to cut her off sometimes when she's talking.
Yes, it's fine. It's fine. So anyways, when I kind of went back into that world, it was cool to see that I just came into that world so differently because I knew who I was like in Christ. And so therefore, when I went back into that world, I didn't feel that same pull like I used to feel to need to look like this or need to do this or whatever. And instead, we really were able just to be a light in that industry. Like when we would go to X Games and things, like we're able to be, just a light in that world and be able to talk to people that either they've fallen away from God or they don't like God or they're trying to seek God. Like they would just come up to us, and ask us all sorts of questions because they're searching. And so it was just cool to see God use it in a different way. I was a little bit nervous, though, I'm not going to lie, going into it because I just didn't know, like, am I going to be okay? Like going back in this world? But
she
it's
did
cool.
Good. No, the Lord used her a lot at Winter X Games. We built a lot of good relationships there just throughout the years of just hanging out. Hanging out. That's all
Just
we do.
hanging
Like
out.
that's the thing. Like you just go out and just love people where they're at. And just the way I look at it, like I'm not judging nobody. Like, man, I was the worst of the worst, and I'm not going to look down on nobody because they might not be where I'm at. I'm just going to love them for who they are. And, if I get a chance to share my testimony, my story with them, I do. And, and if I get a chance to pray with them or whatever, like we just do what we do. And God uses it. I mean, we've got a lot of testimonies from Winter X Games of what we got to do with people and stuff. So
Brian's question is
Where's
hilarious. No,
Did
down.
I miss it?
No, down. So this is funny. So Brian, my brother's name is Brian, and it's spelled exactly the same as yours. So I don't know if I would name my kid Brian because I already have a Brian in my life that I love so much.
Yeah, that's our brother.
I love my
Big
brother.
Brian.
He is. He's like huge.
Giant.
He's like
a big dude.
big.
Her dad's big. She's got the boys in the Mickelsons.
They're
boys are
tall
big
and
boys.
they're big.
Yeah, big boys.
Yeah, so he's
Big
my
hockey
little
boys.
brother,
They
but
like to play
big.
hockey. Hunters, and they like to hunt and play hockey. All right, let's see here. Dirt bike, smash it. What gear were you in when you hit the 75-footer on the 450? What gear were you in when you hit the 75-footer on the 450? I think I rode when I switched to 450 was 2012. I think I would have been wearing MSR still then because I wore MSR almost my whole a large portion of my freestyle career. I won't say.
Does he mean what gear you're wearing
Oh,
or what gear?
Yeah, you're right. See, that's why we need you here.
Oh my god!
I thought it was Moto gear. That's what I was thinking. That's a kind of interesting question. What gear was that? All right, what gear? Second gear. Hey, I'm glad you're here. I was thinking, I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. What gear was I wearing? I got you. No, got you. Second gear, brother. 450. Cruising. Here's the deal.
And
Cruise
MSR.
on a 450. Yeah, MSR too. You might look good. Up, 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 up. Whop. You cruise in second gear. When your front tire gets to the base of the ramp, pin it. Whop, all the way through until you leave the ramp. But don't go in too slow. Carry like decent momentum, but don't pin it at the ramp. You don't need to. I've watched so many people just wide open at the ramp, laying out in flats, especially on a 450. Cruise it in. Get on the gas when your front tire touches the bottom of the ramp. All right. We got my boy Adam here with the super chat. What up? Late to the show in Columbus, Montana, headed to Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, be
That's
safe out there.
a long drive.
Dude, Adam's our boy, man. He's here all the time, and he's a truck driver. So, hey, be safe out on the roads.
Yes, brother.
And, yeah, man, thanks for jumping on, man. Good to see you back, brother. But be safe out there, dude. That's a pretty sweet job. Get to cruise around.
He's got a question. Ace is cool.
Where's Ace
two
at?
down, right there.
Right here. Can you do a Moto Monday with Twitch? Yes, I'm gonna step up the game. I know I keep talking about it and never do it, but maybe Mel be the icebreaker. And we got our first guest since Big Feist.
I was gonna say Big Feist is technically
we'll get Big Feist. Big
the
Feist is
first
coming out.
guest.
When's it coming out? July, August?
I think August.
We'll get Big
Come
Feist back on here, but
so long.
No, I really want to do this, and I know I keep talking about it, but I do. I want to get Twitch. I want to get Taka, Wanky, maybe Deegan again, maybe Seth. I want to bring some of the boys on. It'd be way better for sure. Like. It'd be fun to get those guys. So yeah, we're gonna work on that.
And this software that we're actually using, it has the ability. We just have to upgrade it so that we can do like interview mode.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It'll be good.
We will upgrade it for you guys.
Yeah, to get Deegan on here also. We're gonna all those dudes will do it. They'll all do it. So we'll get them on here. We gotta do it. All right. So what's some good pairs of Eric D? What's some good pointers for single dudes? From a girl's... there you go. That's a girl question.
I mean, I guess that it depends on what kind of girl that you want. If you want to get a girl like me who loves God and is going hard after God, then I think that the best advice is to just do that yourself because you have to lead them in that. So go hard after God. Do what God's called you to do, and I think that if you're doing that and God wants to bring someone alongside you, then he will. So I think that that's really the best option I can give you. Because it really, when Ronnie and I did reconnect, the things that actually attracted me to Ronnie, it wasn't like his job. It wasn't what he looked like. It wasn't none of that stuff.
You know you're feeling me.
No.
Yeah, no.
Remember, I didn't want to go back to that world.
So you ain't
No.
gotta lie, Craig.
No. The things that attracted me to him were I could tell he was a man of the word.
My shoulders.
Stop it. See,
My
he's
abs.
always joking.
My
We
abs.
like can't even like,
My butt flex.
oh my gosh, we can't even have conversations in our life because this is what it
Come
looks
on.
like. What attracted
honest.
me was you could tell he was a man of the word. You could tell he actually spent time with God in his real life. And I could see that he was servant hearted and loved people and wasn't self-centered. So it was just qualities that I saw in him that were qualities that I saw in Jesus. And so that's the best advice for the kind of girl like me. So I can only speak for that kind
All
of
right,
girl.
there you go. All right, let's get Chris up here, and it says, "Do you do the cha-cha?"
Do you like do the cha-cha? Do you like do?
I can't do the cha-cha.
Cha-cha,
It's a dance.
cha-cha,
Oh, we got Matt up in here. What's up, Matt?
Hey, buddy.
What's going down, brother? All right, let's get Trent up in here. It says, "P.S. You never hit me back. A few weeks, and you never text me, dude. Or did you? Maybe you didn't. I missed it. All right, my bad.
Or he forgot. Remember,
Yeah,
he's had a
never
lot of
looked at it.
concussions. He forgets.
Or maybe you sent it. Did you send it late? If you send it, I'm sleeping because that happens. People will like hit me up at 9 o'clock, and then I see it in the morning, and then I forget. Because I'll wake up way before you, so that means I'll see it at 4:30, 5 o'clock, because I can't sleep. What time did I get up this morning? 4:30, huh? Crack of dawn. And then I'll
doesn't
see
sleep
it,
well.
and then I'm like, oh, he's not up yet. And then I'll get into my day, and I'll forget. So forgive me, brother. NAP, Super Chat, thank you, and thank you. We appreciate you being here, brother. All right, we got 4 minutes. You see anything? You ain't got to lie. Yeah, Tony, you ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
I'm done.
No. We're going to go. Man, I want one of those milkshakes. You know, I don't
Oh,
know.
my goodness.
I'm not good with technology and all, but lucky. Oh, all right.
Bible study
Oh, here we go.
plan.
How can I get. All right, you reading it? You got it. You got it?
How can I email y'all to get the Bible study plan? Tried to figure it out.
The Bible study plan, like on our
Is it the
YouTube
Bible
channel?
for beginners
I'm
thing
assuming
that
that.
walks you kind of what all the things that you need to know in order to start reading the Bible for
It
yourself?
has to be, yeah. Bible for beginner plan. How can we get him that? How does he get that?
Normally, you should be
I
able
think
to
you could
sign
just
up
go
on our
to
website.
I was just going to say, if you go to our website, ronnieandmel.com, and then go to, what's it under?
If there's a tab that says resources,
Yep.
then there's
And then-
another tab